I'll tell you what, if you have a GT or a GXL and you paint it, which I'll put marks there, when it comes time to buff it, you're going to have a shocking time because these bonnets are hellish to buff. They're awful because you've got all these curves up here, in there, off the top here, which you can blow through if you're not careful, up here. There's a ridge going down here. There's these. I haven't finished buffing this. And there's a few bits that are still a bit orange peely, which I've got to rub out. But I tell you what, it's horrendous. Welcome to the XC restoration. Now I've still got there's a bit of wet sanding I still have to do. There's a few pock marks here. There's some there, there's some there. There's some there. Because I was gun shy to go in the corners, but I'm going to have to do it. A basic buff on it. Can you see? There's a few dull spots still, and also, where is it? Oh, in here. Look at that. This is bloody hard to do, and I'm not experienced with this stuff. There's pock marks because I haven't wet sanded enough there. This, after I shot it, I put it in storage. Well, I just covered it up for the winter, and now it's spring, 1st of October. I've decided to get it out and start doing work on it. And so that let the paint harden off, because I think I painted in March or something. And this is acrylic, so it doesn't come off the gun shiny like 2-pack does. You've got to buff it like that. The problem is, as I said before, it's all these complex curves make me worry about it, because I did go through at the edge on the other side along there. So I'll just tape that and I'll brush touch it. There's nothing much I can do. There's no way in a fit I'm reshooting this. So by and large, I'm happy. See that edge? That's flat, so I've got to do that. And there's a little 351 engine. Now, what we need to do with this, I think I filled this with coolant. I can't remember what I've done on this and what I haven't done. Yeah, I did, but it's not up to the brim, which it needs to be. I don't think I filled the power steering. I've got to get reacquainted now. That's empty. I've got to get reacquainted with this. We've got a brand new engine here. We need to start it up because it hasn't been started in a couple of years. So part of the thing we've got to do, which I don't think I'm going to cover in this, is the door. This is the right-hand front door, and you know what? I'm not worried. I couldn't care less about it. I can strip that and repair it because the frame is good. It's got grass growing through it. Let's have a look in there. Can you see? And down behind, and if I pull that, the grass will start coming. Oh, that's a snail. Escargot as well. So we've got to do this door. Piece of cake to do, probably a little bit of rust down there and a little bit at the back, standard issue XC Falcon. Let me just roll it until there's more than one snail. Yeah, there's some rust down there. So anyway, look, I'm not even worried about that. The one I was worried about was this one here, and this is the one, the left-hand rear door that has the fantastic skin. Got a little bit of a kind of a crease there, but we can fill that. Great skin, but the frame was absolutely rusted out. And if you remember, the one down there next to the Plymouth, you can just sort of see it over there. That one has a fantastic frame, but an absolutely knackered skin. So let me pull up a chair and talk about this. This is a job where the skin has to be taken off. Now, XB, XA, XY, XW, you probably get skins for those, but XCs you can't. They're different across the top here. XC was the first model they started reducing the Coke bottle shape. The XB one sort of comes right up further than that. It's a different shape altogether. And if you see an XC door and an XB, there's where the scallop in the C-pillar comes down, it doesn't match that properly. People do fit them, but they look terrible. Now, this is achievable for me to do. I can unpick the skin here. I'll probably murder it, but I can do it, and I can put it on the other frame, but I'll never be able to do it properly. I have reasonable metalworking skills. I'm pretty good at welding patches and building stuff and all that sort of thing, but this really requires a bit of a craftsman to do it. Now there's two people I know that can do that. One is Scott Newstead, but he's not exactly around the corner. And the other's John Parnas. And John Parnas is a fabricator as well. Very, very good one. And he, thankfully, has offered to do it. So, John, if you see this, I'm forever grateful to you. You've no idea the relief you've given me. Now, the only hitch John said to doing that, I mean, he spoke about this like it's just easy. And I was kind of impressed with that. Is that he can't do it for another 6 or 9 months, which, let's face it, the car's not going anywhere very fast. The reason I wanted to do it was we gap everything off the rear quarter. I just bumped into the bike. So we set this gap up, then we set the front door gap up, then we set the guards up and the bonnet and so forth. So everything's forward of that. Now, that annoyed me, so I didn't want to do it. Got to get this seat done too, because that's sticking out too far. It's a Fairlane bolster. The bolster's of a ZH Fairlane. So what I'm going to do is I'll do the passenger door, the front door, and I'll put that on haphazardly, just let it hang there. Then when this door comes back, we'll tackle it then. So we've got to drag the car out, and basically after that, we need to start putting some of this stuff on that people have donated. People have donated an awful lot of stuff to me, and I'm forever thankful for that. So I think what we'll do is we'll get it out in the next couple of days, and we will revisit the XC Falcon, start doing some work. Now, some of it is not going to be easy to publish because we've looked at metalwork, we've looked at rust repair sections, we've done all this sort of stuff, and it just isn't. I don't want to start filming that stuff again because we've kind of been there, you know what I mean? But it does take a long time to do that sort of work. But what we can do is we can put the front brake calipers on and start rebuilding the back ones. That's all cleaned up, that stuff. It just needs, I think I've got to get 2 pistons for it. And we can start putting that stuff back on. We can put on some of the bright work. One wonderful gentleman donated a set of mouldings for around the taillight. Down behind there you can see the taillight there. The ones that sort of hanging where those holes are. We can also, I've got to dig the wheel out, the spare wheel from the shed. If you remember, we painted the fuel tank and put that in. Is that filler on? No, there's no filler in it yet. I can't remember what I've done, so I'm sort of reacquainting myself with it. We also need to get Jeff to come out and fit a screen. I've got to put these vents in. And I don't know if I've got the rear screen seal. I bought one seal, I think it was the boot one there. Can't remember. So there's all sorts of stuff to do. I haven't even put the floor blank in on the driver's side. So we need to get in and start this mongrel up. Whoops. Fit the fuel lines. That's all I need to do to start it. I think there was... I don't think... Oh, by the way, I lost a screwdriver and found it here. Yes, I haven't done the starter motor wiring yet. So I've got to do that. But we're not far off. I just thought I'd drag it out today and get some of this bonnet buffed out. And it's beautiful. Just like the rest of the car. It's been a lot of work. It's also worth pointing out that the XW was a far, far easier restoration to do. Oh, look at that. I've got to do that too. That's all crap. See all those pock marks? That's where I haven't wet sanded properly. The XW, this guy under the cover, was 10 times easier to do than this car. It really was. Everything. The XW had great doors. It had really a better body. I didn't have to do half the surgery on that I've had to on theirs. So we're going to get back into it. For those that have been looking for it, I've got lots of dejected people because I've been ignoring this car and doing bikes, but it's mainly money really. And same with the Plymouth. The bike stuff, I can do bits and pieces on those. They're a bit cheaper. You can restore a whole bike for what it costs just to get the parts to finish this from this stage, and it really isn't too bad at all. So hang in there. I'm getting back into our XC, and that will be on these school holidays. We'll do another instalment. So thanks very much for your patience and putting up with me and all my side projects, but I kind of like those projects, particularly the bikes. I love the bikes. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Enjoy Classic, and I'll see you around. Kind of happy with that bonnet though. What do you think of the bonnet? Do you like it? I like it.